All right, while they take their seats, I want to share a brief teach, but I do want to acknowledge the children for sitting through a full adult service. One of the intentions of TGIS is not to have a kids service, a pediatric liturgy, but to have an adult service, which is the liturgy we just did, our Friday night liturgy. Because the best way kids can pray, learn to pray, is actually by watching adults pray. And so I want to acknowledge the adults as well who model what it means to pray as a community so that our kids can learn. So my challenge now is to challenge everyone in the room, adults and children, in about 3 or 4 minutes. So here we go. We know a lot about Moses. And we know a lot about an afikomen. So let's take a look. If I can get back to Moses, maybe not. Whatever. Wrong button. We know nothing about the buttons. Here we go. Moses. What do we know about Moses? Moses is born. He's put in a basket. The basket is put in the river. The basket is found by Pharaoh's daughter. He grows up in the palace, ultimately goes to Pharaoh, and he says, "You got it." The afikomen, what do we know about that? It comes in the middle of the service. We break it in half. Which side do we take? The bigger half becomes the afikomen. And what do? We make sure it's hidden, it's lost until what happens? Somebody goes search, the kids go search, and they usually get a prize. And the afikomen is actually a Greek word that means dessert. What we don't know, here we go again. So we know about a lot about Moses, we know a lot about the afikomen. What we didn't know about Moses, because it doesn't say it in the beginning of the story, is who Moses' parents are. The beginning of Exodus doesn't tell us anything about Moses' parents. And a lot of hero stories like to tell the whole backstory of the hero. But the Torah does this on purpose. And that's what I want you to remember tonight. Why? Because it doesn't matter who your parents are or your grandparents are. Each person has the ability to step up and lead. And you have that power too. You can be like Moses. And so we never hear about Moses' background. Now the afikomen. What may we not know about the afikomen? Oh well, here. Oh, there we go. 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 The afikomen. I actually don't think the afikomen is that lost piece, because when things are lost, it means that we don't know where they are. But as many of you said, the afikomen's not lost, it's hidden. Someone knows where the afikomen is. We just need to find it. And so it's true of our leadership potential. It is somewhere inside of us. The goal is just to be able to find it. And that's my hope for all of us this Passover, that we are able to look inside during the Seder and start to find the parts of our being that can help the world as leaders. Help us in deeds of caring and love and compassion and justice. And when you find that piece of yourself, you can hold it up in the air and celebrate. And we can say happy Passover because we have the leaders in our community just like Moses. So with that, let's now continue with the words of Aleinu, which is a prayer acknowledging that through our deeds, we can make a difference in the world, and we've seen a lot of potential Moseses lead us today. So I want to acknowledge all the leaders in our service and the people in this room. Happy Passover, everyone. Chag Sameach. Let's all rise if you're able. The words of Aleinu.